Do women really find 80% of men unattractive? In 2024, more and more women are choosing not to date or get married. This is gradually becoming a trend, not only in the US, but also in several developed countries around the world. What has caused this situation? Is the world becoming too advanced, leading women to lose faith in sincerity? Or has something happened that makes women feel men are no longer appealing? The rise of dating apps has undeniably revolutionized how people connect romantically. With just a swipe, a vast pool of potential partners is readily available, defying geographical limitations and offering unparalleled convenience. However, this ease of access has also brought about new complexities, particularly regarding perceptions of attractiveness and the formation of romantic connections. A recent study, revealing that women on a popular dating app rated 80% of men as below average in attractiveness, has sparked intense debate and introspection about the nature of attraction in the digital age. This finding, while shocking to some, opens a dialogue on several intertwined factors contributing to this phenomenon, moving beyond simple judgments of appearance to explore the multifaceted reality of dating app dynamics. Unraveling the 80% unattractive claim, a multifaceted perspective. Attributing such a bold claim solely to a perceived lack of attractiveness among men would be an oversimplification, ignoring the intricate interplay of societal expectations, gender roles, and the inherent limitations of online platforms. Examining this phenomenon requires addressing several key areas: the illusion of abundance and the paradox of choice. In today's digital age, dating apps offer users a seemingly endless supply of potential matches. With just a swipe, individuals can browse through countless profiles, each presenting a new opportunity for connection. This abundance of choice has redefined how we approach dating, creating an illusion that there is always someone better just around the corner. However, this seemingly endless variety, while initially exciting, comes with a downside: the paradox of choice. The idea behind the paradox of choice is simple. The more options we have, the harder it becomes to make a decision, and the less satisfied we are with the decisions we do make. When it comes to dating apps, users are constantly exposed to hundreds of potential partners. At first, this abundance might seem like a blessing. More choices should mean a better chance of finding the perfect match, right? Unfortunately, that's not always how it works out. Instead of helping users find someone, this abundance can lead to something called choice overload. Faced with an overwhelming number of options, people often experience decision fatigue. It becomes difficult to commit to any one option when you are always thinking that the next person might be a better fit. This mindset can make it nearly impossible to feel satisfied with a choice, as there's a persistent belief that something better might be just a swipe away. This abundance also changes the way we evaluate potential partners. Instead of viewing each profile as a unique individual, users often become more critical and discerning, looking for small flaws or reasons to keep swiping. A profile that might have seemed interesting at first glance can be easily passed over in the hope of finding someone with fewer perceived imperfections. In the pursuit of the perfect match, users become desensitized and the novelty of each new profile quickly wears off. The result is a dating culture where people are less willing to commit and more focused on maximizing their options, even if it leads to frustration in the long run. Furthermore, the illusion of abundance fosters unrealistic expectations. With so many profiles at our fingertips, it's easy to believe that a perfect match, someone who meets all of our criteria, is out there waiting. This creates a cycle of endless searching where no one is ever good enough, and settling down feels like settling for less. In reality, no one is perfect, and relationships require compromise, but dating apps encourage a mindset that there's always someone better just a few swipes away. In essence, dating apps operate on a principle of abundant choice that, while enticing at first, often leads to disappointment. The paradox of choice creates an environment where it's harder to commit and easier to become overly critical. Users can become stuck in a cycle of endless swiping, chasing an illusion of perfection that may never materialize. Ultimately, while dating apps promise to expand the pool of potential partners, they can also make it more difficult to find lasting, meaningful connections. In the quest for the perfect match, we risk losing sight of the genuine connections that might already be within reach. Visual-centric platforms and the prioritization of physical appearance. In the world of online dating, first impressions are everything, and dating apps are built to capitalize on this fact. These platforms prioritize visual cues, placing a strong emphasis on physical appearance. With users swiping left or right based on a curated selection of photos and a brief bio, the focus on looks has never been more prominent in the dating landscape. While this can create an initial spark, it also brings with it a host of challenges, including a disconnect between online perception and real-life attractiveness. Dating apps are inherently visual-centric, meaning the first thing you notice about a potential match is their appearance. In many cases, users don't even read bios until they've decided whether they're physically attracted to the person. This leads to a culture where physical attractiveness becomes the primary currency. Users are judged, liked, or passed over based on how well they've curated their photos, which may or may not reflect who they are in real life. One key issue with this is the potential for a disconnect between how someone appears online and how they come across in person. Filters, lighting, angles, and photo editing apps allow people to enhance or modify their looks, sometimes presenting a version of themselves that is far removed from reality. This creates a situation where people's real-life attractiveness may not live up to the expectations set by their online profiles. For some, this leads to disappointment and frustration when meeting face-to-face, making it harder to form genuine connections. Men, in particular, often face challenges in adapting to this visual-centric platform. Social norms have historically conditioned men to prioritize physical prowess over aesthetic refinement. While physical fitness and strength have been emphasized, the idea of spending time on one's appearance, choosing flattering photos, finding good lighting, or selecting the right outfits, is not as deeply ingrained in male socialization. As a result, many men may struggle with creating profiles that present them in the most attractive light. In contrast, women are often socialized to invest significant time and effort into their appearance, from makeup and hair to carefully curated outfits, and this mindset tends to extend into the world of online dating. This discrepancy in how men and women present themselves online may contribute to the perceived disparity in attractiveness between the genders on dating apps. Women, who are generally more practiced at highlighting their aesthetic appeal, may appear more attractive online compared to men, whose profiles often come off as less polished or visually appealing. As a result, men may find themselves at a disadvantage, particularly on platforms where initial decisions are based almost entirely on visual cues. The emphasis on physical appearance in dating apps also reinforces unrealistic standards of beauty. Users are constantly comparing themselves to the polished, filtered versions of others, which can lead to feelings of inadequacy or insecurity. The pressure to present an idealized version of oneself can be exhausting and may contribute to a superficial dating culture where true connection is often overlooked in favor of fleeting attraction. Visual-centric platforms like dating apps have reshaped how we form first impressions, placing physical appearance at the forefront of attraction. While this approach can generate initial interest, it also fosters a disconnect between online perception and real-life attractiveness, particularly for men who may not be as adept at curating flattering profiles. Ultimately, this prioritization of appearance can contribute to a more superficial dating experience, where genuine connections are harder to come by amid the quest for visual perfection. The subjectivity of attraction and the diversity of preferences. Attraction is a deeply subjective experience, shaped by a myriad of influences, including cultural background, personal experiences, and individual tastes. What one person finds irresistible may be completely overlooked by someone else, and this is the beauty of human connection. Each person's preferences are uniquely their own. In the world of dating, especially through dating apps, this subjectivity becomes more pronounced as users navigate an environment that promises diverse options. However, while dating apps offer a wide array of potential matches, they can also inadvertently promote a homogenization of desirable traits based on popular trends and societal standards. Attractiveness is never a one-size-fits-all concept. It can be influenced by factors as diverse as someone's sense of humor, their kindness, or even the way they carry themselves. Cultural background plays a significant role as well. What is considered attractive in one culture may not have the same appeal in another. For example, standards of beauty can vary widely across different societies, with some valuing certain physical features that others may not prioritize. Beyond culture, personal experiences also shape what we find attractive. A person who had a particularly strong connection with someone who was witty and charismatic may place a higher value on humor and personality over traditional standards of beauty. Despite this diversity of attraction, dating apps can sometimes promote a more limited view of what is considered desirable. The algorithms used by these platforms are often designed to showcase profiles that align with popular trends and societal standards. As a result, users may find themselves being shown similar types of people repeatedly, leading to the perception that there's a uniform mold of attractiveness that everyone should aspire to. For instance, certain physical traits like specific body types, hairstyles, or facial features may become disproportionately emphasized due to their prevalence in popular media or social trends. This homogenization of desirable traits can lead to a narrowing of preferences, where users might unintentionally overlook potential partners who don't fit the popular mold. Even if someone possesses qualities that are deeply attractive, like intelligence, empathy, or a unique sense of style, they might be passed over because they don't meet the standardized criteria that dating apps seem to highlight. In this sense, the focus shifts from recognizing individual differences and appreciating a wide range of attractiveness to a more streamlined view of what people should look like or act like to be considered attractive. Another consequence of this homogenization is that users may start to doubt their own preferences, questioning whether their attractions are valid if they don't align with the majority. This can lead to a kind of conformity where people begin to pursue certain traits or appearances simply because they are popular, not necessarily because they resonate with their personal sense of attraction. While dating apps offer a wide pool of potential matches, their design can unintentionally reinforce narrow standards of beauty, leading users to overlook people who may be a great match but don't fit into the predetermined mold. Attraction is inherently diverse and subjective, and no algorithm can fully capture the complex array of qualities that make someone appealing. To truly connect with others, it's important to remember that what one person finds attractive may not resonate with another, and that's perfectly okay. Expanding our understanding of what it means to be desirable can open the door to more meaningful connections that go beyond surface-level traits. The role of filters, editing, and the distortion of reality in online dating. In today's digital world, filters, editing apps, and curated online personas have become pervasive tools for shaping how people present themselves, particularly in the realm of online dating. These tools offer the ability to enhance physical features, smooth out imperfections, and create a version of oneself that may not fully align with reality. While this practice impacts both men and women, the societal pressures around beauty standards mean that the effects are often felt more acutely by women. This culture of editing and filtering can lead to unrealistic beauty standards, fostering a disconnect between online presentation and real-life appearance. Ultimately, this disparity can result in disappointment and a perceived lack of attractiveness when face-to-face encounters fall short of the idealized images portrayed online. The widespread use of filters and editing apps allows individuals to tweak their appearances in various ways. A simple swipe of a filter can brighten skin tones, enhance facial features, and even reshape body proportions. While men may use these tools to emphasize certain features such as enhancing muscle definition or jawline sharpness, the pressure to conform to traditional beauty standards is often more intense for women. Women are frequently expected to meet certain ideals, whether it be flawless skin, a perfect body, or a youthful appearance, and these expectations are reinforced by media, advertising, and social norms. As a result, women may engage with editing apps more extensively, carefully constructing their online personas to align with these unrealistic beauty standards. This reliance on filters and editing tools has led to a culture where online personas are often far removed from reality. The images presented on dating profiles are frequently not a true reflection of what individuals look like in their everyday lives. Instead, they are polished and perfected representations, designed to attract attention and generate interest. While this might lead to more matches or positive interactions online, it can also create a gap between how people are perceived online and how they appear in person. When online interactions progress to in-person encounters, the disparity between these idealized images and real-life appearance can cause disappointment. What seemed attractive or appealing online may not translate the same way in reality, leading to a perceived lack of attractiveness. For example, if someone's profile photos have been heavily filtered to smooth out skin imperfections or enhance certain features, their real-life appearance may fall short of the expectations created by their online images. This can undermine the potential for genuine connection, as people may feel deceived or let down by the difference between the online persona and the real individual. Moreover, this culture of editing and filtering exacerbates issues related to self-esteem and body image. Constant exposure to polished, idealized images can lead individuals to feel inadequate or less attractive in comparison. For both men and women, this can create pressure to conform to these unrealistic standards, further fueling the cycle of using editing tools to present an idealized version of oneself. This cycle not only distorts reality but also impacts how people engage with others, as they may prioritize creating a perfect online appearance over being authentic and genuine. While men and women both engage with these tools, societal pressures often place a heavier burden on women to conform to specific beauty ideals. This results in a disparity between online presentation and real-life appearance, leading to disappointment in offline encounters. The obsession with creating a flawless online persona can hinder the development of meaningful connections, as individuals struggle to reconcile the difference between virtual and real-life attractiveness. Ultimately, this culture of distortion impacts not only how people view themselves, but also how they relate to others in the digital age. The rapid growth of social media and dating apps makes it seem like people find it harder to believe in real connections. It's just typing, anyone can do that. It's just swiping left or right, anyone can do that too. This makes women increasingly cautious to the point where they don't even believe in what's called love anymore. Men, in their eyes, have become less attractive because they think all men are the same, just people hiding behind a keyboard looking for love with the mentality of just for fun. Dating apps have drastically changed how people meet potential partners, offering a seemingly endless stream of possibilities right at our fingertips. But while this digital convenience brings more options, it has also had a profound impact on how relationships are perceived and valued. With the gamified nature of these platforms, where swiping becomes second nature, a sense of detachment has emerged, turning relationships into fleeting encounters. The ease of browsing through profiles paired with the fear that you might be missing out on something better has led to a noticeable devaluation of genuine connections. The lure of immediate gratification often overshadows the slow, meaningful development of deeper bonds, where things like shared values, emotional intimacy, and intellectual compatibility become far more important than looks alone. The swipe feature, one of the most prominent aspects of dating apps, transforms dating into a sort of game. You see a face, make a split-second decision, and swipe accordingly. This simplicity fosters a mindset where dating becomes less about building a connection and more about seeing how many potential matches you can accumulate. The very design encourages people to view each interaction as disposable, focusing more on quantity than quality. The act of swiping through countless profiles can lead to users seeing people as just another option in an endless lineup, rather than as potential partners worthy of emotional investment. Then, there's the constant presence of the next one. With every swipe, you could potentially meet someone better, someone who ticks just one more box than the last person did. This fear of missing out, or FOMO, fuels a reluctance to commit, even when you come across someone with whom you share a real connection. There's always the nagging thought that someone even more compatible is just a swipe away. This mentality can stifle the potential for deep, meaningful relationships, as users keep their options open and resist the vulnerability that comes with committing to one person. Casual encounters have become a major part of the dating app experience, largely because of the way these platforms are structured. The ease and abundance of choice mean that many users treat these apps as a way to find short-term flings rather than long-term relationships. The focus is often on instant gratification, whether that's a hookup or a fun, temporary fling, rather than laying the foundation for something lasting. As a result, the deeper aspects of relationships like emotional closeness and intellectual compatibility take a back seat. When the focus is primarily on physical attraction and short-term satisfaction, the qualities that truly sustain a relationship, like mutual respect, shared values, and emotional support, get overlooked. Yes, physical attraction might draw people in at first, but it's those deeper elements that matter over time. Unfortunately, the constant rush for new and exciting matches leaves little room for these traits to emerge, and the potential for a meaningful connection often fades away before it even begins. This has contributed to a dating culture that often feels more transactional than genuine. People can easily move from one match to the next, treating each encounter as a short-term experience rather than an opportunity to build something real. The gamified nature of dating apps, combined with the abundance of choices, has made it easy to replace relationships with a swipe, reinforcing the idea that people are disposable. This devaluation of connection stands in stark contrast to the qualities that make relationships truly fulfilling. The focus on instant gratification, the fear of missing out, and the emphasis on casual encounters have all contributed to a culture where relationships are treated as temporary and meaningful bonds are harder to come by. To create deeper, more meaningful connections, a shift in perspective is needed, one that values emotional depth, intellectual connection, and the vulnerability of true partnership over the thrill of a quick match. So, gentlemen, what should we do now? Recalibrating perspectives, shifting focus from superficiality to substance in the world of digital dating. In the fast-paced world of dating apps, where the next potential match is just a swipe away, the emphasis on physical appearance and first impressions has taken center stage. The claim that 80% of people are unattractive may seem disheartening, but when we delve deeper into the complexities of online dating, it becomes clear that this perception stems from a set of skewed priorities. The truth is, attractiveness is subjective and multi-layered, extending beyond physical appearance to encompass shared values, personality, and emotional connection. By recalibrating our perspectives and shifting focus from superficiality to substance, we can foster more meaningful, genuine connections within the digital dating landscape. Understanding the root of the 80% unattractive perception. The 80% unattractive statistic, often cited in discussions about online dating, is less a reflection of reality and more a result of how dating apps are designed to function. These platforms rely heavily on visual appeal, encouraging users to make split-second judgments based primarily on photos. With the constant bombardment of curated images, users are conditioned to rate profiles with a hypercritical eye. This, coupled with the sheer volume of potential matches available, can make people feel like they have an endless supply of options, leading to a mentality of seeking the best and inadvertently devaluing those who don't meet specific, often unattainable beauty standards. However, attractiveness is not a static quality. It varies from person to person and culture to culture. What one person finds attractive may not resonate with another. Unfortunately, dating apps often push users to conform to a narrow definition of beauty, promoting societal standards that prioritize physical appearance over substance. This phenomenon has led to a superficial dating culture where physical attraction is often emphasized at the expense of deeper qualities like personality, shared values, and emotional compatibility. Cultivating authenticity and embracing individuality. One of the most crucial steps in recalibrating our approach to online dating is cultivating authenticity. In a world where filters, editing apps, and curated personas dominate, it's easy to get lost in the pressure to present an idealized version of ourselves. Both men and women are often influenced by societal pressures to conform to specific beauty ideals, which can lead to a gap between online presentation and reality. This gap becomes evident when face-to-face encounters fail to live up to the expectations set by filtered photos and curated profiles. For men, who may not be as socially conditioned to focus on aesthetic refinement, creating an attractive online profile can feel like a daunting task. On the other hand, women, who often face greater societal pressure to look a certain way, may invest more time in carefully constructing their online personas, sometimes at the expense of authenticity. This can create a disconnect between how people present themselves online and how they appear in real life, which in turn leads to disappointment when initial online attraction doesn't translate into a real-world connection. To foster more genuine interactions, it's essential to encourage authenticity in online dating profiles. Rather than relying on filters or edited photos, individuals should feel empowered to present their real selves. This means using photos that reflect how they look in everyday life and writing bios that highlight their true interests, values, and personalities. By embracing individuality and moving beyond the pressure to conform to societal beauty standards, users can create profiles that attract others based on genuine connection rather than superficial appeal. Focusing on shared values and genuine compatibility. Physical attraction may spark initial interest, but lasting relationships are built on much more than just appearances. One of the most significant shifts that can occur in the digital dating realm is a move away from prioritizing physical attributes toward focusing on shared values and genuine compatibility. While it's natural to be drawn to someone's appearance, it's the deeper aspects of a person, such as their beliefs, personality, and interests, that ultimately determine whether a relationship will thrive. Online dating platforms often prioritize the visual, which can make it easy to overlook qualities that matter more in the long term. However, meaningful relationships are built on a foundation of shared experiences, intellectual connection, and emotional support. By shifting the focus from appearance to these deeper qualities, users can form more fulfilling relationships that are based on mutual respect and understanding. One way to encourage this shift is by emphasizing thoughtful communication in the online dating process. Rather than rushing through profiles based solely on appearance, users should take the time to read bios, engage in meaningful conversations, and explore shared interests. By focusing on the substance behind the profile, individuals can form connections that are based on more than just surface-level attraction. This approach not only fosters deeper relationships, but also reduces the pressure to conform to narrow beauty standards. Encouraging meaningful interactions and conscious dating practices. Dating apps, by their very design, promote a culture of rapid, disposable interactions. The ease of swiping through profiles, combined with the allure of endless options, can lead to a superficial approach to dating, where users prioritize quantity over quality. This gamified approach to dating creates an environment where meaningful connections are often overshadowed by the thrill of finding the next match. To counteract this trend, it's important to promote conscious dating practices that encourage users to slow down and engage with the process more thoughtfully. Conscious dating involves being intentional about how we interact with potential matches, prioritizing meaningful conversations over mindless swiping, and focusing on quality interactions rather than sheer numbers. This shift in mindset can lead to deeper, more genuine connections and help combat the disposability that often defines online dating culture. By engaging in conscious dating, individuals can foster more thoughtful interactions that go beyond physical attraction. This means being present in conversations, asking meaningful questions, and taking the time to get to know the person behind the profile. Conscious dating also encourages users to approach each interaction with an open mind, recognizing that true compatibility may not always align with initial physical impressions. Recognizing the limitations of online platforms and seeking real-world connections. While dating apps offer a convenient way to meet new people, it's essential to recognize their limitations. These platforms are merely tools for facilitating connections, not the sole avenue for finding love. The digital realm, while useful for initial introductions, should not be viewed as a replacement for real-world interactions. Online dating often creates a narrow, curated experience that lacks the spontaneity and depth of real-life encounters. Meeting people in person allows for a fuller understanding of their personality, body language, and energy, qualities that are difficult to capture through a screen. By expanding social circles, pursuing personal passions, and engaging in activities outside the digital space, individuals can create more organic opportunities to meet potential partners. Real-world connections also provide a more balanced perspective on attraction. In person, people are often drawn to qualities like humor, kindness, and intelligence, which may not be immediately apparent in a static online profile. By embracing opportunities for real-life interaction, individuals can break free from the superficiality that often defines online dating and form connections based on genuine compatibility. In an era where dating apps often prioritize physical appearance and rapid interaction, it's easy to feel disheartened by the state of modern relationships. However, by recalibrating our perspectives and shifting focus from superficiality to substance, we can foster more meaningful, lasting connections. Cultivating authenticity, emphasizing shared values, and promoting conscious dating practices are all steps toward reclaiming the depth and richness of real relationships. Now I'm going to reveal to you dark psychology tricks to make any woman love you. Gentlemen, pay close attention. Dark psychology. Tricks to make any woman love you. Have you ever wondered why some women treat certain men like trash while desperately chasing after others? If you think the answer is only about money or physical appearance, you're mistaken. In reality, there are plenty of handsome guys who can't get a single date and many wealthy men who are just used by women for their money. So, what's the real secret? Today, we're diving into the world of dark psychology tricks that can make any woman fall deeply in love with you. Are you ready to uncover the secrets that can transform your approach and make you irresistibly attractive? Strap in and prepare to learn how to wield these powerful techniques responsibly and effectively. First, be bold. Before going to this lesson, consider this question. Do you think boldness is more important than passivity in romantic pursuits? A. Yes, it shows confidence. B. No, it can be off-putting. Boldness is not just a trait but a decisive action, especially when it comes to approaching a woman. By stepping up and taking the initiative, you instantly score points because boldness separates the high-value men from the crowd. Remember, passivity might seem less risky, but it's the bold who capture attention and admiration. Consider this. High-value individuals actively pursue what they want in life. They don't sit back and hope for the best. They seize the moment because fortune, as they say, favors the brave. In the realm of dark psychology, boldness is the ultimate chess move. It plays into the classic allure of the confident individual, turning heads and sparking curiosity. Why? Because boldness cuts through the mundane and says, "I'm worth your time." It's about being the James Bond in a sea of average Joes, cool, collected, and irresistibly confident. Being bold means facing the risks head-on, not shying away from them. Whether it's approaching a woman, expressing your feelings, or standing up for her, bold actions show confidence and determination. Imagine a scenario where you and another man are interested in the same woman. Your hesitation could mean handing her over to him because while you're contemplating, he might be acting. Pursuing someone is indeed like a battle. The moment you stop fighting for what you want, others are ready to step in and take your place. Women appreciate men who are not only bold in their romantic pursuits, but also proactive in their roles as protectors and providers. Being bold sets a tone for your future interactions. It establishes you as someone who is not only proactive but also protective and caring. Think of it as the difference between saying, "I might," and "I will." One whispers uncertainty, the other shouts assurance. Which do you think is more appealing? Moreover, being bold is about more than just initial encounters. It extends to taking charge in situations that require protection and care, demonstrating that your boldness is not just for show, but a fundamental part of your character. So, step forward and be bold. It's better to face potential rejection and learn from it than to live with the regret of never having tried. If you take the initiative, you have at least a 50% chance of success, but if you don't try, your chances are 0%. Every failure is a lesson, but missed opportunities are lost forever. Embrace the challenges and remember, your boldness today could lead to success tomorrow. After all, in the game of love, fortune doesn't just favor the brave, it follows them. Second, attention. Women known for their perceptiveness can quickly sense when they are truly being listened to and when they are merely in the presence of someone physically. If you find yourself on a date, the value of giving your undivided attention cannot be overstated. Imagine the scenario. You are out with her, but instead of engaging in the conversation, your eyes are fixed on your phone, or you're distracted by everything else around you. In such moments, despite your physical presence, your attention or the lack of it speaks volumes, and unfortunately, you're silently losing points with her. Consider this. If she has agreed to spend time with you, it means you have sparked her interest. She has chosen to give you a chance to know her better and vice versa. However, treating this opportunity nonchalantly by not paying attention to her can be a grave mistake. Such behavior might leave her feeling undervalued and puzzled about your intentions. Remember, in a world where many men might vie for her attention, being the one who genuinely focuses on her can make you stand out. It's not just about being physically present. It's about being mentally and emotionally engaged as well. Notice the details. Is she enjoying her drink? Does the setting seem to suit her mood? Is she comfortable? These observations can guide your interactions and show that you care about her experience and comfort. Attentiveness also involves recognizing and responding to her verbal and non-verbal cues, which are essential for building emotional connectivity. Every gesture of genuine attention helps in deepening the bond and elevating your desirability in her eyes. It's true, sometimes playing a bit aloof might seem like a good strategy to attract women who are intrigued by a mysterious persona. However, this approach can be a double-edged sword. While a slight detachment can pique her curiosity, overplaying this tactic can backfire dramatically. If your demeanor strays too far into indifference, it could signal to her that you are not serious about your intentions, leading her to disconnect and move away from your advances. Therefore, while it's important to maintain a balance, the safest and most effective bet in winning her affection is through showing genuine and attentive interest. Don't underestimate the power of being present. It's a profound gesture of respect and admiration. Women, like all people, deeply appreciate when someone makes them feel like they are the priority. So, next time you're with her, put the phone away, tune into the conversation, and let your undivided attention communicate what words cannot. After all, everyone wants to feel special, and giving someone your full attention is a simple yet powerful way to make them feel just that. Have you ever used the attention-grabbing strategy with women? If you have, hit subscribe. If you haven't, please hit like. Third, subtlety. In the realm of attraction and romantic gestures, subtlety can often speak louder than the most grandiose declarations of affection. It's an art form in itself, knowing how to make someone feel cared for without overt or showy actions. Most women, regardless of the myriad standards they might set for a potential partner, are likely to be drawn towards a man who embodies subtlety and attentiveness in his approach. Subtlety in this context means anticipating her needs and desires without being asked to do so. It's the quiet observance that leads you to offer your jacket when she's cold, or choosing to walk on the outer side of the sidewalk to protect her from traffic. It's about noticing the small things: what makes her smile, what kind of coffee she prefers, or even if she's more comfortable in a quieter corner of a cafe rather than the bustling center. These actions might seem minor, but they are profound in their impact. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking." This mindset of mindfulness and consideration in the little things can significantly enrich a relationship. The truth is, women, and indeed most people, appreciate being cared for and noticed. It makes them feel valued and important. When you pay attention to every little detail about her, not only are you demonstrating your interest and affection, but you're also showing that you value her happiness and comfort as much as your own. This doesn't require grand gestures. It's about being present and responsive in everyday moments. This subtle approach to romance and care doesn't go unnoticed. It builds a deep emotional connection, as it shows that your attentiveness isn't just superficial. Rather, it's woven into the very fabric of how you interact with her, signaling that you're in tune with her feelings and needs. Such subtlety in showing affection and care can often lead to a stronger, more resilient bond. Moreover, this sensitivity and mindfulness tend to make a man more appealing because it suggests a depth of character and emotional intelligence that goes beyond mere surface-level interactions. It shows that you're not merely with her, you're truly with her, mindful, present, and connected. So remember, in the landscape of relationships, sometimes the quietest actions can indeed be the most impactful. Pay attention, be subtle, and let your genuine care for her be the foundation of how you express your affection. Fourth, fearless. Attractiveness isn't just about appearance, it's equally about the spirit one embodies. A fearless spirit, in particular, is an incredibly compelling attribute that can significantly heighten a man's allure in the eyes of women. Fearlessness in this context transcends the conventional bravado of heroic acts or daring feats. It's about embodying courage in everyday interactions and decisions. Being fearless means having the courage to be yourself, to express your thoughts, feelings, and desires openly and honestly. It involves dismissing the crippling thoughts of potential rejection like, "I'm afraid she won't like that," or "I'm afraid I'll fail." It's about understanding that fear of rejection or failure is a natural part of life, but allowing it to dictate your actions only leads to missed opportunities and regrets. Seneca, a Stoic philosopher, once said, "It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that they are difficult." This philosophy should be at the core of your approach to dating and relationships. If you don't try, how will you ever know if something could have been a great idea? Embracing a fearless mindset involves recognizing your self-worth and being confident in your ability to be attractive to others. It means seeing women not as unattainable ideals, but as equals, deserving of respect and genuine interaction. This perspective shifts how you approach dating and relationships from a game of conquest to one of mutual respect and admiration. High-value men who embody this fearless attitude understand that their worth isn't diminished by someone else's inability to see it. Their confidence allows them to remain calm and relaxed in social situations, including those involving women they are attracted to. This calmness is inherently appealing because it signifies control and assurance, traits that are often linked with leadership and stability. Moreover, a fearless man is likely to take initiative, communicate openly, and step out of his comfort zone to try new things. These behaviors show a willingness to lead, to be vulnerable, and to make decisions, qualities that can foster a deep connection and attract respect and admiration from women. In conclusion, fearlessness isn't about the absence of fear but the mastery over it. It's about being proactive, taking responsibility for your actions, and engaging in life with vigor and assurance. By cultivating a fearless approach to life and love, you not only increase your attractiveness but also set the stage for more genuine and fulfilling relationships. Remember, the only thing standing between you and your desires is often just the courage to try. Fifth, stop rewarding bad behavior. In the dynamic world of relationships, understanding when to step back is as crucial as knowing when to step forward. One of the subtle yet powerful ways a man can maintain his dignity and appeal is by not rewarding bad behavior. This means not encouraging or supporting actions that lead to arguments or conflicts. Often, the impulse might be to engage in arguments with the hope of resolving issues or proving a point. However, in relationships, especially with women, trying to win an argument can sometimes mean losing much more, potentially even the relationship itself. High-value men recognize the importance of choosing their battles wisely. They understand that not every disagreement demands a confrontation, and that trivial conflicts are distractions that chip away at the relationship's foundation. If you find yourself repeatedly caught in unreasonable arguments, it's a significant sign of disrespect and a lack of appreciation from the other party. Engaging in these conflicts can often escalate into a cycle of negativity that does little to foster a healthy relationship. When faced with such behavior, it's advisable to maintain your composure and set clear boundaries. By limiting the usual attention and care you provide in response to negative actions, you communicate a powerful message. Disrespectful behavior will not be tolerated and will have consequences. This approach is not about being punitive, but about respecting yourself and insisting on a mutual respect in any relationship. In these moments, avoid becoming overly emotional or reacting too strongly. An overreaction can often be perceived as a sign of weakness, and as Epictetus wisely pointed out, any person capable of angering you becomes your master. Women, and indeed all individuals, are generally not attracted to perceived weakness, especially if it manifests through loss of control over one's emotions. Therefore, demonstrating the ability to stay calm, composed, and decisive in dealing with unreasonable behavior not only preserves your self-respect but also increases your attractiveness. It shows that you are someone who cannot be easily manipulated or provoked. This strength of character is a significant draw, as it assures a potential partner of your capacity to handle bigger challenges and conflicts that may arise in life. By stopping the reward of bad behavior, you reinforce your standards and expectations in a relationship. you signal that while you are committed and caring, your respect and affection are not unconditional. They must be reciprocated with respect and reasonable behavior. This balance of give and take is essential for any healthy, mature relationship. Sixth, don't change your plan for her. There's a common misconception that to win a woman's heart, a man must always be at her beck and call, ready to drop everything at a moment's notice. This approach, however, often backfires, leading to a decrease in perceived value rather than the intended increase. The truth is, constantly being available can make you seem overly eager and undiscriminating, qualities that can diminish your attractiveness. High-value men recognize the importance of maintaining their plans and commitments. They understand that true respect and attraction arise from mutual appreciation and effort, not from one-sided availability. If you're always ready to alter your plans for her, it might initially seem like a grand gesture of affection, but it subtly communicates that you do not value your own time or commitments. This behavior can lead her to wonder if she might one day be on the receiving end of such fickleness. Furthermore, constantly changing your plans can convey a lack of personal priorities and a life that revolves solely around romantic pursuits. This perception can make you appear less intriguing and dynamic. Instead, men who manage their time effectively, balancing work, hobbies, friendships, and personal goals, naturally exude confidence and self-respect. These are traits that are universally attractive and respected. Rather than always being available, it is more beneficial to convey that your time is valuable. For instance, instead of saying, "I'm free whenever you want," a more attractive approach would be, "I'm quite busy, but I'll try to find time to meet you." This response not only heightens your appeal but also sets a healthy boundary that communicates your worth. It shows that while you are interested, you are not willing to compromise your other responsibilities and commitments, a sign of a well-rounded and disciplined individual. Remember, the most attractive quality is not mere presence, but the presence of purpose. When she realizes that your time is valuable and not easily surrendered, she will likely increase her respect and effort towards you. It's crucial to remember that time is a finite resource, and how you use it can define how you are perceived. Don't make yourself so readily available. Instead, make it clear that if she wants to be a part of your life, she needs to respect your time. After all, as Seneca wisely advised, it is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. Living in accordance with this wisdom not only enhances how you are viewed by others, but also how you value yourself. Seventh, prioritize but don't spoil. In the landscape of relationships, finding the balance between making your partner feel cherished and avoiding overindulgence is crucial. Prioritizing your woman, ensuring she feels valued and important, is essential. However, elevating her needs does not mean you should spoil her or acquiesce to every demand. True respect and a healthy relationship come from balance, not blind compliance. Prioritizing means giving her the attention and respect she deserves, recognizing her importance in your life and making decisions that reflect both your values and hers. It's about showing that you care deeply for her happiness and well-being. However, it's equally important to maintain your own perspective and stand firm when necessary. Agreeing with everything she says or wants, without consideration for your own beliefs or the situation's reality, can lead to a dynamic where respect diminishes over time. Saying no is a natural and healthy part of any relationship. It is unrealistic and unfeasible to agree on everything all the time. By judiciously choosing when to agree and when to express a differing opinion, you demonstrate that you are not just a yes man but someone who thinks critically and values fairness and integrity in a relationship. This approach not only fosters respect, but also builds a foundation of trust. Your partner will know that when you say yes, it's genuine, and when you say no, it's with good reason. Moreover, relationships built on mutual understanding and respect are more likely to endure. When both partners appreciate that their views are considered and valued, it creates a healthier, more sustainable bond. It's important to remember that spoiling someone, often done with the best intentions, can inadvertently create expectations that are detached from reality, potentially fostering dependency and resentment. Thus, strive to create a relationship dynamic where both individuals feel equally important. where decisions are made together, and where each person respects the other's boundaries and opinions. As Marcus Aurelius wisely stated, accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people with whom fate brings you together, but do so with all your heart. This quote embodies the essence of prioritizing with care and love, without losing oneself in the process. Remember, a strong relationship is not about having power over each other, but about moving forward together, with equal respect for each other's individuality and needs. 8th, busy with the power of purpose. A high-value man is not just defined by what he refuses, but significantly by what he pursues. He is a man with grand goals and a determination that fuels his every action. Such a man is deeply focused and driven, dedicating himself to meaningful pursuits rather than frivolous flirtations or superficial relationships. He invests his energy in building a substantial and commendable life, not because he seeks approval, but because he holds himself to a high standard. He doesn't passively wait for opportunities, he actively creates them. A high-value man is proactive and efficient. He stands out because his life is a testament to his values and ambitions. His days are spent engaging in activities that enhance not only his career prospects, but also his personal growth. Whether it's finding a fulfilling job, maintaining a rigorous fitness routine, or nurturing his mental and emotional health, he understands that these elements are crucial to crafting a life of significance. Visualize this metaphor. In the romantic realm, conquering a woman's heart is akin to a battle, and just as in any battle, you need the right arsenal. Your strength, symbolized here as your weapon of charm, is complemented by a rich, purpose-driven life, a healthy physique, and an appealing presence. These attributes are not just accessories, but essential tools that enhance your intrinsic value and appeal. Our channel continuously offers strategies and insights into enhancing your attractiveness and appeal. These resources are here to serve as your guide in refining your arsenal, helping you to not only look better on the outside, but also become stronger and more fulfilled on the inside. Feel free to explore and draw inspiration from our content. Remember, the journey to becoming a high-value man is continuous, and every step you take in developing yourself adds to your allure and magnetism. It's not merely about attracting others, but about becoming a man who commands respect and admiration through his actions and presence. Be the man who is as ambitious about his personal development as he is about any other goal. After all, as Seneca said, it is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor. Let your wealth be measured not by the transient possessions you accumulate, but by the depth of purpose that drives your every day. 9th, independence. Independence is not just a lifestyle, it's a powerful trait that defines a man's character, especially in the context of relationships. It's a concept deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy, which advocates for a life of self-sufficiency and personal accountability. But why is independence so crucial in a relationship? In the relationship dynamic, independence doesn't imply going through life alone or not needing anyone. Rather, it signifies that each individual has their own life, dreams, and the dedication to pursue those dreams. A truly strong relationship isn't about constant togetherness, incessant indulgence in each other's preferences, or morphing oneself to fit into the other's mold. It's about mutual acceptance and support where both partners can say, "I respect and love you, even though we may cherish different things." High-value men exemplify this independence. They aren't afraid of solitude. They embrace it as a precious opportunity for introspection and personal growth. These men recognize that their self-worth is not contingent upon their relationship status. They don't seek validation through a partner, but find it within themselves. This complete sense of self cultivates a profound confidence that is incredibly attractive. Marcus Aurelius, a renowned Stoic, once said, "He who lives in harmony with himself lives in harmony with the universe." This harmony is what high-value men achieve by embracing their independence. Such men understand the distinction between wanting and needing a partner. While they value and enjoy companionship, they seek a partner who complements their life rather than completes it. This perspective is vital because it prevents dependency. which can often lead to resentment and a loss of identity within relationships. Women are generally attracted to men who show they have their own lives and ambitions. They respect a partner who does not try to control them, but rather encourages their independence. This kind of relationship dynamic promises a healthier, more sustainable connection where both individuals can grow, both as a couple and independently. In essence, independence in a relationship means supporting each other's individuality while building a shared life. It's about knowing that you are whole by yourself, and anything your partner adds is a bonus, not a necessity. This independence is not just attractive, it's crucial for the longevity and health of any relationship. By fostering such independence, both partners can ensure that their future together is as fulfilling and robust as their individual pursuits. 10th, directness and precision. Directness and precision in communication are not merely beneficial traits. They are essential for anyone striving to be perceived as confident and trustworthy. In the context of dating and relationships, honesty and straightforwardness are qualities that are highly prized. Women in particular appreciate a man who communicates openly and clearly. This preference isn't exclusive to romantic interests. Clear communication is a universally valued attribute across all types of interactions. High-value men recognize the significance of being forthright in their communications with women. They steer clear of ambiguity and ensure their intentions are clear, avoiding the common pitfall of being relegated to the just friends category. This directness extends to all forms of communication, including digital interactions. For instance, overusing emojis or indulging in overly flowery language can often obscure true intentions and emotions, making texts seem insincere or frivolous. Moreover, women tend to be put off by men who beat around the bush. Talking in circles or failing to get to the point not only shows a lack of decisiveness but can also be a major turnoff. It suggests a hesitation to take a stand or a lack of confidence in one's thoughts and feelings. This can lead to frustration and a lack of respect, as indirectness can be perceived as a lack of honesty or even manipulation. Being yourself is vital, but it's equally important to project confidence through your communication. A high-value man knows the power of being concise and precise. He understands that his words carry weight and that effective communication is about quality, not quantity. In practice, this means focusing conversations on meaningful topics and avoiding trivial chatter. Leave idle banter to those who lack depth. Always remember, it's better to face rejection and move on than to waste time struggling with a woman who doesn't value you. When a woman tries to play games with a high-value man, she will either be ignored or ghosted. This sends a clear message that she needs to be on her best behavior around him and signals that he can replace her if necessary. In conclusion, embodying directness and precision in your interactions not only makes you more attractive but also more respected. It ensures that your relationships, whether fledgling or established, are founded on a basis of mutual understanding and respect. It cuts through the noise and confusion of modern dating and establishes a clear pathway for genuine connection. And there you have it, gentlemen, a deep dive into the dark psychology tricks that can make any woman fall for you. Remember, the power of influence isn't just in understanding these tactics but in using them wisely and ethically. It's not about manipulation, it's about enhancing your natural charisma and understanding the psychological nuances that foster genuine connections. If you've found today's content enlightening and intriguing, don't forget to hit that like button. It helps us bring more such insightful content your way. Have thoughts or experiences to share? Drop a comment below. We love hearing from you and learning about how our strategies are working in your life. Share this video with friends who might benefit from these insights. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to our channel for more powerful tips and tricks that can transform your relationships and personal effectiveness.